Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate everything that you do. Your presence, your likes, your comments means a lot to me. Thanks for being here, everybody. I do have the fan on a little bit because it is a little warm. I hope it's not too annoying. If you have sound sensitivity, everyone, please turn your volume down now. I'm just going to ring the singing bowl a little bit, kind of open things up a little bit, get our stuff going. Everyone, let's tap right in and see what storyline Spirit would like to share with you this afternoon. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. What is it, this storyline you would like to share with the collective at this time? Spirit, please tell me the collective energy and the storyline you would like to share at this time. Thank you, Spirit. Page of Swords. Somebody's getting all talkative. In the challenge position, Queen of Pentacles is bringing judgment. Could be a mother figure, a protectress. Judgment is being called by the mother. The supportive mother. And Two of Cups reversed. Disharmony, divorce, breakup, and disagreement. So this Page of Swords in their subconscious, they're thinking about this divorce. They don't get a Two of Cups union. The Queen of Pentacles has called judgment on this. So the mother could be a mother, a divine mother. And that leaves them in a Nine of Swords energy. They're upset about that. They're in a nightmare. The Emperor is here with the victory, moving things forward. Recent past. In the recent past, we've got the Four of Wands, a celebration, a marriage, a coming home, a belonging. Intentions and expectations. Intentions and expectations is the Queen of Cups. Loving and caring. And a Knight of Cups, a romantic proposal. Following their heart. In the near future. Nine of Swords reversed. There's a recovery. Or somebody's in extreme regret and facing their fear. We'll have to clarify. The lens is being looked through. Queen of Wands, vivacious, fiery, all confident. It's all smoky in here. Need it. In the environment, we've got the Eight of Cups. So somebody's in extreme regret and disappointed. They're being abandoned. They failed. Hopes and fears is the the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Somebody's overworked. They're a perfectionist. They have to get a job because they couldn't steal your wealth. And they have to be perfect at it. The outcome is the Ace of Wands reversed. They missed their opportunity. They're not going anywhere. See, there's been this... we'll just continue. I'll leave that for a little later. Queen of Swords is honest here with her team. The truth is out. And the High Priestess is here. Divine wisdom. Divine wisdom is known. The truth is out. And the team is doing their work. It could be that the Star is in balance, juggling many priorities, many things, and is battle ready. Strong with the Sun. collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy, what storyline would you like to share with the collective at this time, please? Smoky. In the central energy. Chaser. They're energetic. They're coming forward. They want to talk. They want to chase after you, but they're not going to get it. Because the Queen of Pentacles, which is a supportive mother, is calling judgment. She's calling judgment on the guilty. The Divine Mother is calling judgment on those who are guilty of abusing Two of Cup relationships. They're getting divorced, cut off. And they want to fix the connection. So they want to come forward chasing after, they want to fix this connection, but they're because they got cut off. Divine Mother judged them guilty, or this mother did, and cut them off. Now they're rushing forward, they want to fix this connection, but there is a Four of Wands, celebration, a marriage, a belonging. So there is a union here in the recent past. And they don't know what to do about it. Queen of Cups is with the Knight of Cups. Loving, sensitive. Her knight in shining armor. And it's not a third-party union. Somebody who neglected you, or those who neglected the Two of Cups unions and are being found guilty and cut off from this, they're in extreme regret for neglecting you. You're confident. You're independent. All fiery. Somebody's disagreeing with stuff. Thinking you should understand how they feel. Thinking, themselves should be at the forefront of your mind in everything you do. And they're upset because they failed to force you to care about them while they were abusing you. You let them go. They've been abandoned. They have to go find a new path. Their values were all about money. And they abused these relationships to get it. And now they got to go get a job. Because they can't siphon the wealth out of love relationships any longer. They can't plug in and drain anybody of their vitality, of their cups, of their love, or anything. While then taking everything from them and leaving them in a puddle of trauma. They have to get a job. They feel overworked. They're daydreaming and longing for you because you made it all okay. You were supportive. They didn't have to do jack when you were around. And now they're in an Ace of Wands reverse. They've missed their opportunity with you and they're stagnant. Spirit said earlier, born of stagnant, still waters. Gnats. That's how Spirit described it. Gnats, born of stagnant and still water. And then the weird thing about it is, like right after that ran through my mind, a little gnat was on my arm and I flicked it off. It was weird. I'm like, wow, Spirit. There is no reminiscing. There's no inside jokes. There isn't going to be any visitation of the past. It's a simple cut off. They missed their opportunity. It's not funny anymore. They want to escape. They made mistakes and have been seen unworthy. They regret their habits, the habitual patterns that they were into, that they'll never change. They're confused by the damage that they caused because they're feeling it now. And there's an understanding. They see your side of the story regarding responsibilities, regarding family. And they're overwhelmed because they did not appreciate it. They were not appreciative of those. They were only in it for the effing around, the passion. There's unfinished business here regarding this reunion. The truth is being revealed regarding these people in the shadow, in the low light or low energy, and what they were doing to gain energy. And it's an unexpected outcome, your commitment, your marriage. Because they missed their opportunity for this new chapter. A new chapter with you. You never gave up hope for your union. They want to call and hear your voice. And someone's feeling broken and shattered because you're seen as an irreplaceable being. And everybody's going to receive what they gave. Reciprocity is in order. They're feeling the absence of your love. Because your love is bonded here. Inseparable. They can't access it. No third parties. Surrender. Honesty. Somebody wants to be real talkative. They want to come forward. They're chasing after you. They want to tell the truth, or they want to confess or something. Because they're challenged, because the Queen of Pentacles, which is a supportive mother, is calling judgment, and they are found guilty. So it's like now that they've been found guilty, they want to come forward and confess so that they can, because they've been cut off. So they want to mend the connection. But it's like it's too late. The truth is already known. Judgment's already been called. There's no confession now. Courage, growth. Courage, growth. So the mother figure is here calling judgment on those who are guilty, and she's doing so with courage, expanding consciousness and awareness. So it could very well be that this is becoming a public thing. It could very well be that this is going to soon be publicized somehow. Consciousness is going to be expanded regarding these ones who have been divorced out of loving unions. They're rushing forward, wanting to mend the connection, wanting to tell the truth, but the truth is already known. They're worried about it because there was no willingness to make things right before they were judged and found guilty. So they want to mend the connection and be friends. There's no friendship. There never was. There was simply an abusive pattern. So now they don't know what to do because you are in a marriage. You're celebrating, or they don't know what to do about these marriages. They've been denied. They don't get one. No third parties get to take a part in kingdom unions. They haven't earned the right. They were very, very abusive. Queen of Cups is here with the Knight of Cups. In union. She's here with her knight in shining armor in service. It is not a third-party union. Those who neglected you and failed to give you what you needed are in extreme regret. Because you're an abundant, limitless being. And they're guilty of disharmony. They're guilty of adversity in loving unions. That's what they offered, loving unions. They wanted to come in and flip it. That was their thing. That was their gig. That was their high. That was their. Who are they following? Is this a religious program? Is this what they were taught by the Hierophant, the upside down Hierophant? This was the way. And now the person who taught them this wants to come in and play righteous and condemn them like they weren't the one who led them down the path. You got a Queen of Wands here all fired up over these disagreements. Over these disagreements about adversity. She's all fired up. And abandoning those whose values were all about money. They failed, and they have to go find a new path. They cannot be on your path. They cannot be on the path of divine unions when this is the path they chose. They can't get on this path. They got to go get a job. They got to support themselves. No more handouts. No more handouts. Fear in the reverse. They're going to have to overcome fear. There's no more handouts. They have to overcome fear. Because they failed to take you out and steal from you. You overcame fear. So you got Eight of Pentacles reversed. They're worried about being overworked, and they're daydreaming and longing for you because you were the meal ticket. You were the cash cow. You were the one who made everything okay. They didn't have to do anything except take from you. Take from you, who didn't do anything. You did not do anything, and they were stealing everything from you. Your love, your peace with this adversity. And you weren't guilty of anything. You're an abundant, limitless being. So they missed their opportunity, and they're not reminiscing about the inside jokes anymore. It's not funny anymore. Balance is being restored. And they don't know what to do. They're in doubt. Because they're under judgment for their envy of love. The prideful are going to be experiencing a change, and they are in grief that you persevered through their attempt to blame you for all their atrocious deeds, wearing your essence, pretending to be your energetic signature and doing atrocious things, trying to trap you. And they have to accept death. Endings. It's over. Collective energy, please. Spirit, collective energy. This really was macro. I mean, everybody suffered from it. Everybody's relationships or partnerships were suffering. And it was due to this, whatever these, it was complicated. It's complicated. But very simple. Complicated yet simple. In the grand scheme of things. They're bound to their commitments. They made agreements. And they're bound to them. Queen of Pentacles, supportive mother, calling judgment with courage on the guilty. Consciousness. There needs to be an expansion, none of this shrinking. I mean, people was doing really negative things, shrinking, 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 and all they had to do is cause suffering in the world. But they themselves were atrophying. Their heart, the love that was produced inside of them, the energy inside of them, everything was atrophying because they were siphoning from everything else. And it's like that, if you don't use a muscle, it shrinks and it becomes nothing. And that's what these ones did with their soul, with their heart, with their love. They didn't use it, and it shrunk to be non-existent. They need to grow. They need to find courage through adversity, like you did. They need to overcome fear. Their teachings, the coach failed them. The advice they received was bad advice. So they're getting divorced. They're getting cut out. They want to fix the connection and be friends, but they're bound to those commitments, and you're simply not in that space. So why bind yourself to something that's bound in that space? See, you've got this bright light inside of you. You're very clear. You get your messages intuitively. You're having sweet dreams. You're at peace. You don't need to bind yourself to that disharmony. But you did get in a union here with Queen Cups, Knight of Cups, here in service. These guys don't know what to do because no third parties are allowed. Or they're not a third party union. They're here in service to the people. They're not a third party union, and there's no third parties allowed. Yeah, they're all calm, cool, and collected, in service, helping others, doing it from the heart, with love, empathic. So with empathy, they have an understanding of the suffering, of the neglect. And these ones that are bound to their commitments, that have been denied this because they bound themselves to something else. They bound themselves to this third party situation. And so they can't have this. They're bound to third party disharmony, and that's just what it is. They're in extreme regret because you're an abundant, limitless being and you're walking away. Getting a new family. Queen of Wands, confident, funny, fiery. Have dealing with disagreements over adversity. Those who brought adversity, it thinks that she should understand how they feel. They're having like negative thoughts. Their fantasy didn't pan out. They're having disagreements here over your vitality. The fact that you maintained your vitality, they weren't able to take it from you. They failed in their attempt to move against you. Their values were all about money. They have to get over their fear and fail. Failure twice. 8 of Cups, failure. And then on the bottom of that, it's failure. Their values were all about money. They got to get over their fear. There's evidence of everything that they did, and they went to apologize. So they're not focused right now. They feel like they're overworked. They're daydreaming and longing for you. You didn't do anything wrong. And they neglected you severely. They're in extreme regret. Because now you're here calling judgment on this, and you're saying you're guilty. Boom, get away. Don't care at all to hear it. Don't care at all to hear it. Promise. You have a new promise. You weren't guilty of the things that they said you were guilty of, and you have a promise. You're here in a celebration, in a union. Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups. Your prince, your shining, the knight, your knight in shining armor is here with you in service. And you're calm, you're peaceful. You weren't guilty of what they tried to lay on you, so you've got this promise. You're together, you're united. And these ones are daydreaming of you. They want to be with you. They wanted to make sure that you never ever entered into this promise. They tried to destroy you, your reputation, your life, try to take your own life so that you wouldn't enter into this union. They wanted you bound to this in the shadow. But you earned merit instead. You rose up out of it. You're high value. And they treated you like garbage. Worse than garbage. Bunch of freaking hyenas. Missed their opportunity, and it's not funny anymore because balance is being restored. They couldn't steal your fate. They can't steal your fate. They're going through withdrawals. They've been rejected. Those who took bribes to move against you are going through withdrawals. They've been rejected. It was a freaking fantasy that you persevered through. You have alliances here who see you as trustworthy, as honest and true. So you persevered, and now you can relax. Because your alliances, after however long, came up and said, what's going on here? This person is honest and true. They're compassionate. What are you doing? So now you get to relax after a period of loneliness and sickness, abuse. You get to go on an adventure with friends and a new family tree. It'll be much better, much different than the siphoning that was happening in the prior. These third wheel enemies are sick now. Physically sick, mentally sick, however sick, they're sick. Because you gained self-love. Throughout this process, not only did you earn merit, you increased your capacity to love yourself. You became an even more valuable gift. And that is what ended this. Conclusion is right here on the bottom. And they're stressed out and in a nightmare. Going through conflict. They don't know what to do. They want to compromise. They need saving because they're being confined. And that's the thing, see? It was all about this savior thing, Savior. What they wanted to do was find the Divine Mother, and they wanted to trap her, bury her, make certain, because she is the creator. She has the light of life in her womb. And this is where life comes from. Every birth comes from the waters of this charged electrical light of the Divine Mother in the feminine. And some of these folks, in their third-party situations, there's no light in their womb. Absolutely no light. It is putrefied. Anything coming from this womb is like low light, low life, low levels, because there's no charge, there's no spark, there's no fire, there's no extreme light exploding in that womb. Because they've been doing this, wasting it, spending it unwisely. And that's where that gnat, born of stagnant, still waters, it just becomes a pest. There's no power behind it. It's just a pest, divvying out chaos. At least that's how Spirit's explaining it. So there's a wedding. There's been a wedding. And a message. The messenger. There's been a wedding. Divine Mother has been reunited and has reunited the uppers with the lowers. She is the Christ. She is the Creator. This thing that had fraudulently martyred her and dressed up in her essence and called itself her, they're under judgment. They have technologies where they think that they can trap the Divine Mother again and drain her and keep her in misery. See, they wanted her bound to these commitments in the shadows, and they didn't want anybody ever to see her light, her Creator light. They drained her bad, wore it all up in third-party essences, and did orgies and weird, just atrocious stuff with the energy. This sacred essence of the Divine Mother. She's here. In consistency, loving, in union. So they're bound to their commitments, and she is in union with hers. She's very generous and grounded. The coach that these ones learned their techniques from, they failed them. The advice that they took was bad advice. Pleasure seekers, the service that they were providing, it either failed or it was a very nasty service of destroying unions. They want to be friends. They want to mend this connection. There is absolutely no way. You're moving on. Into a faithful union. This isn't a third-party union. This is faithful, emotionally mature, sensitive. in service, not a third-party union. These ones don't know what to do because no third parties are allowed here. Anybody who practiced that is not allowed. So those who are not innocent can't be here because there's no liars allowed either. No falseness. None of this. They're not innocent. It's like, what do they call it? The spirit call it debauchery. Third-party debauchery. So, yeah, you're an abundant, limitless being. You're here with family. You are home. And it's a good time. It's time to have some fun. Queen of Wands is here dealing with those disagreements, those who are in disagreement, those who brought adversity from a lower imagination, or maybe their fantasy just didn't pan out. They're wanting to argue with this Queen of Wands. She thinks it's funny. She thinks it's funny that they're trying to disagree with her. Who knows what they did to her? There's conversation about it. So people are talking about it. It's out in the open. The truth is known. They're being abandoned. They're disappointed. Their attempt failed. There's plenty of evidence that they were going after people for their money. They want to apologize. They have to get over their fear. They failed, and so now they gotta learn how to overcome fear, like you had to overcome fear in order to be here and make all this possible. As a collective, your ability to love yourself when these ones were abusing you, trying to bind you to dark shit, that your ability to love yourself and to continuously pour into your cup even though you were in pain is what allowed this shift to happen. You kept your vibration up there. You did not sink into that space that they wanted you bound in. You did not go there. And because you didn't go there, they failed. They're seen as the ones who are there because they're the actual ones who are there. What you did was earn merit. You stayed steady. You stayed honest. You stayed true. And you gained a promise. You weren't guilty of the stuff that these third-party enemies were doing and saying you were doing while wearing your essence. Harvesting your energy and then going out and being dirtbag little hoe bags and then laying that energy back on you as though it was yours. And I mean, it was yours, but they defiled it and then put it back on you. It was a service they provided. Energy harvesting, fouling it, planting it back on. And they were constantly fouling your energy and making you wear it. And you weren't even doing anything. You're probably celibate. They wanted you to be seen as a hoe bag. But you learned how to cleanse, how to purify, and how to transmute. So even when they did that stuff to you, you kept transmuting it. You kept, what was the word that they used? can't think of it right now. There's transmute, and then there's a word that starts with A. But it's a purification. You learned how to transmute the energy, the essence. So when you felt it come back into you or whatever, you did whatever you had to do to transmute that energy back out of you. And they got really upset, I think, for a while because you got really good at that. You kept changing it. And now they got to go on a journey. They got to go away. They're daydreaming about you. They have to go get a job. They have to take care of themselves. They have to learn how to overcome fear and failure without money. Perhaps while being abandoned. They missed their opportunity. It's not funny anymore. Balance is being restored. They could not steal your fate this time. Although they do, I feel, believe that they have a technology that will allow them some miracle in the end as a last resort. I think CERN probably has something to do with it. I think they're probably planning on doing some weird, nasty stuff with the field of awareness and the essence that permeates the atmosphere. We'll have to wait and see. But I think that that's probably their last-ditch effort to snare as many as they can, because they can't do it the way that they've been doing it. They failed bigly. They're surprised, waiting on the doctor. Or they're waiting on a surprise from the doctor. They're waiting on a doctor's surprise. On a result, maybe a test result. Old woman, gift, house. They're in despair about an old woman and a gift and a house of the sweetheart lover. Young woman. They try to take it. The old woman tried to take it from the young woman and her knight in shining armor. They tried to take it, and they're in despair over it. The Lord is a friend. There's a friend of the wife in the mental body. The Lord is attached to the thoughts that the enemy is infiltrating. So whatever is happening to this mother here, the Lord hears. The Lord hears it all. He hears and I'm not talking about this fake that tried to steal the identity of the mother and then walk around as that. I'm talking about the true Yeshua. Not this dominator, world control freak, tyrant who creates catastrophe just so that they can offer you a solution and then strip you of more of your rights and bind you further while giving the illusion that you're being saved. No. The real Lord is a friend of this wife, of this mother, who is with her knight in shining armor. The Lord is a friend of this wife. He hears her thoughts, her prayers, and he knows what the enemy is doing to her mind. And they're sighing. They're in sorrow. They have hope. But they're suffering a misfortune. They owe the merchant. Or there could be a merchant that's suffering a misfortune and death. Take it as it resonates. A scholar needs consolation because they're going to prison. The foe got a letter. They got a letter. The enemy got a letter. The foe. They got a letter. They're sick. I don't know. You know, this reminds me. Oh, and the fortune, the reunion of the Lord here in the field of awareness of everybody here. Is all, everything is being set right with the fortune that belongs to the families, that belongs to the children and all of that, and there's joy. The thief who was stealing your money is a widower, and they're sad. This priest soldier, and they're haughty. They're so mad that you're happy. I hope that this clarifies something that you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.